All right. Hello. How's the new setup? It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, as normally I'm used to looking at an angle. But we had some time this past week to finish up. I want to call it a renovation, but we painted the far wall over there, and I kind of rearranged some of the furniture in my office, and I just have a more functional space for streaming YouTube videos and podcasts. So, welcome. We're on stream number 60, AMA 60. If you missed this live broadcast of the stream, hopefully you can catch the next one, which will be on the weekend. This is my new time. I'm pretty sure 7 p.m.-ish at night. It just works out so much better with the schedule for my family, as before when I would do it in the afternoon on a Saturday, it sort of killed the whole day, where maybe we wanted to go to the park and play, or we had to go buy groceries or something. It was just, it was difficult, right? So this is going to be the new time. Okay, so lots of stuff going on today. It was a hectic week, to say the least. So I launched the gambling addiction one-on-one coaching support group a couple days ago, and I posted a video talking about my rationale behind starting this coaching program. And the main reason was that I was getting a bunch of DMs and messages and emails from people asking if I had some type of course or program or mentorship for anyone that I could talk to, for example. And so I was a little apprehensive at first about kind of creating a coaching program. But then I also realized, like, if there is someone that can gain value by just having a one-on-one conversation, and if they spend a few $100, maybe it could save them thousands of dollars at the casino. Who knows? Like, I have no idea how much money people gamble, but usually people that are struggling financially, they tend to gamble a lot. So I was kind of weighing my options and trying to figure out how I could do this ethically, morally, and in a way that I felt was right. And so I decided that, I have all these videos on the channel. That's all free. Like, that's what's great about YouTube. All the videos on YouTube channels are free. You can just skip the mid-roll ads if you want to, or the pre-roll ads. I enable a feature where you can skip the ads. So just skip the ads. So totally free. Watch the videos first. If the videos don't provide you with enough information or value on how to change your behavior, then come to one of these live streams. That's what the AMA section is for. It's Ask Me Anything. So come to the live stream. You can ask questions. We can talk about whatever you're struggling with. And again, live streams, all free. And then if there is an extra layer of support that you need, where maybe you're someone that's really struggling, or maybe you're really lost, or maybe you feel like there's no hope, and that having some type of mentor or guide or coach that you could talk to could really help get you out of the mud and fix your life, or whatever your goals are. I think that's what the coaching program is for. So at least I have this option available to people if you want it. So I was working on that this past week, and we'll see how it goes, like all things. And I talked about this a lot. Whenever you start something brand new, in the beginning, it's always going to be bumpy. So I was trying to figure out like website hosting and how to do like payment processing and how to do the Zoom call setup, and this whole ordeal of trying to navigate something like this was really difficult, but we were able to get things up and running. So I'm excited about that. And then the whole YouTube channel, it pretty much is getting a makeover. The way that I had my office set up before, it wasn't very functional. As last year when we moved in, I kind of threw all my stuff into this corner. So I have my 2 desks that are perpendicular to each other. I just threw my cameras and my laptop and my monitor in the corner and just kind of like went with it. And we ended up painting my corner of the room, but I realized that I'm going to need like this other space over here too. So this week we ended up painting this back wall, the wall parallel to me, and the one in front of me. So this whole area over here is now completely done, painted and everything, and I can slowly build it out, which I'm super excited for. And for any of the longtime viewers that have, been around my channel since the beginning, you guys know that I've always had this dream of buying some type of house for my family with enough space that I could have this YouTube studio in the basement. And I could put all my camera gear and computer gear and all this lights and microphones in a corner somewhere away from everyone. And I have this little space to myself where I can do the work that I love. And this is that work. And so this has been a huge goal for me personally for about 4 years, I would say. And it's finally coming to fruition. And it's super exciting for me. Now, the only thing is I'm going to be tweaking the setup a bit. I'm trying to figure out like what's the best layout for streams, as I don't really go on Twitch that often. Like I know Twitch is like the place for live streaming, because whenever I go into YouTube and I check the people that are live streaming, it's always like a bunch of random sporting events or video games or like these music streams or ASMR streams. Like for whatever reason, I find it very difficult on YouTube to find content creators who stream, or maybe that's just my lack of trying in the search feature. But well, for whatever reason, the YouTube streaming tab, it's kind of clunky and it doesn't feel very intuitive to me. And it's always like, it's hard for me to find anyone streaming. Whereas when you go to Twitch, you just have to click just chatting, and instantly there's like hundreds of people just having conversations and just talking about stuff, which is what I like to do. And that's what this is. It's pretty much like a just chatting live stream. And so I think I might have to go over to Twitch and check out how people do their streaming layouts, because mine hasn't changed for like 2 years. Has it been? I think it's been 2 years. I started in 2020, right? Let's see. When was the first live stream? Because it's crazy because we're on 60. So if I go to live and we scroll all the way down, because YouTube removed the button that said oldest. AMA number 1, productivity. Streamed 2 years ago. Oh, man. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so we started the stream in the pandemic. That's hilarious. What up, brother? I hope the recovery is going well. Hey, Misanthropy. What's up, dude? How you been? Recovery is good. My nether region is like sensitive. Other than that, it's fine. The first couple of days was rough. It was hard to sleep. I couldn't lift anything. I couldn't pick up my kids. It was like someone kicked you in the nuts, but then the pain stuck around for 48 hours. That's sort of what it felt like. But yeah, it's been a week since the operation and I'm fine. I go back to work tomorrow. So that should be fun. But how you doing, bro? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that's crazy, man. AMA number 1, 2 years ago. Actually, I want to see the exact date. When is it the month that I started? Because YouTube just says 2 years. But that could be like anything. It could be like 2 years, 1 month, 2 years, 11 months. Let me see. AMA number 1, March 13th of 2021. Wow. That's crazy. So it's been like 2 years, 3 months? That's super cool. Man, time flies. Time flies so fast. Like I can't even believe like we started the channel in 2019. Like in the park with my GoPro doing pull-ups on a monkey bar. That's crazy. I've been good. Regaining focus and determined to fully take control of my life once and for all. Sounds like you're on a path of self-improvement. Yeah, that's great to hear, bro. Yeah, life's tough, dude. You know, life's hard. Like for anyone that says that life is easy, they either haven't accomplished anything of significance or tried anything worthy of effort. Like life is so hard. Everything about life. So like, trust me, I get it, man. And even when things are going good, you have like these doubts in your mind, you have these anxieties, you have these fears, you have these negative thoughts. Like even when things are going great, like I still have these days, right? And like whenever I review my life, I think, okay, you know, how is my health and my family? Because those are at the end of the day, the two most important things. Am I alive? Do I have all my limbs? Can I walk around? Can I still do stuff? Good. Is all my family healthy? Good. And once you trickle down that hierarchy of things that are important to you, and you go, you know, okay, I got enough money to buy food, to pay for dinner. You know, we have clean drinking water. I have a house with the shelter over my head. I have a car to get around, you know, so I have, everything's good. Like life is good. There's nothing crazy going on with where I'm at. But then your brain will be like, how come you don't have a better job? How come you're not making more money? How come your YouTube channel isn't growing? How come you only have this many people on your newsletter? How come this friend hasn't texted you back? And so, like, even when life is going good, you still have these moments of self-doubt and negativity. And it sucks, right? It's maybe that's just part of growing up, being a human being, being an adult. This is part of life, right? It's just like never easy. But I'm glad that you put your foot down. I'm going to get back to making content before the month is out after taking some time away from content creation. I'm going to drop that one video I was supposed to drop sometime this week. Hey, that's good, bro. Yeah, content creation is tough, man. It's so difficult creating content consistently, and I talk about this all the time. When I first started, there was like this group of YouTubers that we were all subscribed to each other. We were all talking to each other. We were all like liking each other's videos and leaving comments. There's like this great little community of YouTubers all supporting each other. And then as the months went by, as the years went by, slowly but surely, they all sort of faded away. And now, in 2023, 4 years later, like 95% of them have quit. 90% of them don't post content regularly anymore. Like YouTube is hard. YouTube is so difficult to stay consistent. Because in the beginning, you have all these ideas. Everything is fresh. Everything is new. And so you have all these different topics that you want to create videos about. There is this excitement and enthusiasm that you have when it comes to making content. But then as time goes on, that excitement starts to wean away, and then it becomes very difficult. It gets a little frustrating, and it sort of feels like work. It feels like a grind. It becomes exhausting. And a lot of people kind of just give up. And so many creators take a break. And, you know, I totally understand. It's not easy consistently making content. So, yikes, the process you described that you went through sounds excruciating. Do you mean the surgery? Yeah, it wasn't fun, man. It wasn't fun, but there's definitely way worse. Yo, Ken, what's up, Ken? Good evening, bro. How you doing, man? Glad to see you on the stream. How's the weather? We had a beautiful day today. We were out on the deck in the backyard. Barbecue was on, playing with the kids. I was watering the flowers, cutting the grass. Like it was a great day today. It was so nice. I love this summer. Nothing special. What's up, Nothing Special? How you doing, bro? How long have you been doing YouTube? Okay, so I've been doing YouTube consistently since June of 2019. So June 2019. So is that exactly 4 years ago? Hold on. Wait, am I when was that first video that I posted in June? I think it might have been in the middle of June. So this could be let me see. It was like June 2019. June 22nd of 2019. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're just four days shy of 4 years. That's when I posted on this channel consistently. In the past, I posted in 2018, 2016, but they were like sort of sporadic. I wasn't serious. It was just me goofing around, sort of not really knowing what I was doing. I had a GoPro and I was just making random videos. But 2019, that's when I discovered self-improvement, and I made this plan to just change my life. And that all started June 22nd, a short 4 years ago. Just watching a movie, raining here. Oh, it's raining, Ken? Oh yeah, you're on the East Coast, though. Yo, we have like clear skies and sun. It was so nice today. We barbecued some. What did Tina made some pork chops. We had pork chops, rice, like Vietnamese food with some vegetables. It was super good. Your face is glowing to pop. It seems like you have a good exfoliating game. Yo, exfoliating game is on point. Oh, that's funny. Andy Y. Damn, 4 years. Good job, bro. Oh, thanks, man. Wait, Ando, is that you? Is that you, Ando? What's up, dude? Yeah, man. 4 years is tough. You know what's the hardest thing is going through year one with no guarantee any of this is going to work. Going through year two, still not getting any views. Going into year three and questioning why you just wasted 2 years of your life making videos that nobody is watching. And that's the breaking point for a lot of people. At the beginning of that year three, I'm like, I just spent 2 years just like churning out content. It's getting like 17 views. No one's watching. No one cares. I'm making a podcast. Has 0 listeners on Spotify. 0 followers. But like, why did I just spend 2 years to do this? It seems so stupid. It seems so pointless. But for whatever reason, I just had this irrational confidence to just keep going. And then as I got through year three, things started to pick up. And then I started getting, a subscriber every other day. Get like 15 subscribers in a month and 20 subscribers in a month. And all of a sudden it's 30 subscribers in a month. I'm getting one every day. And then now year four, it's like 20 subscribers every single day, even if I do nothing. And it's all that work from years 1, 2, and 3. It sort of compounds, and you don't see the results until much later, like 1,000 days later was when you see those. And even the results are minuscule. Like the results that I'm talking about now are like $4 in YouTube AdSense. So it's like what, $100 in a month? It's something, that's cool. Make $100 in a month. But if you go to get a day job, you can get that easily in a couple hours, right? So yeah, it's like the mentality you have to keep going without any guarantee it'll work out. and while dealing with negativity along the way. Because you get these people shit talking you, making fun of you, trolling you, families doubting you, people are criticizing you, people are laughing at you. And so to take all that in and still keep going. Then maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't know. So yeah. Congrats on the 4-year anniversary. Here's to another 10 years. Yo, 10 years would be wild. Yeah, I'm one of those guys that will just keep going. Like, this stuff is so much fun for me. It's like, even if it's making no money, like, in the years past, it's still so much fun. Second rain day in a row, supposed to be nice next week. Yeah, the weather's gonna be super nice next week coming up too. Yeah, me, it's Ando. Oh, yo, Ando. All right, good. I saw Andy. I was like, Andy, why? I'm like, oh, it's Ando. Ando, how you been, bro? I miss you, man. How is everything? How's life? I'm quality over quantity, but it's still not an excuse for me to not drop, period. Yeah, the quality versus quantity thing, it's tough, because if you just make quantity of videos and the quality sucks, then no one's going to watch it. But if you spend so much time on the quality and you don't post regularly, then no one's going to know to watch it, right? So you're playing like this game, this balancing game of quality and quantity, and you have to sort of find a medium in the middle. And it has to work with your schedule to where you won't get discouraged and quit, or where you won't get burnt out or something, right? It's tough, man. It's tough. Happy Father's Day, by the way, bro. Your kids have an awesome dad. Oh, Ken, thanks, dude. Thanks. That means a lot to me. It's that's super nice. Yeah, it's cool. I have a 3-year-old and an 11-month-old, and they're awesome. They're great. I called my dad this afternoon too. Told him Happy Father's Day. He's like, yeah. I'm busy watching Formula One. I was like, oh, okay, Dad. Yeah, so that was my Father's Day. It was cool. Just spent time at home with the family. How much does your family, friends believe in your YouTube dream? Okay, so in the beginning, I think maybe only Tina understood. Because Tina made YouTube video. Tina is my wife, so she made YouTube videos before. I think she was the only one that understood. And when I would tell her in 2019, oh, I can't watch Netflix with you tonight, I need to edit a video. You know, she understood, right? She understood what I was doing. Whereas some of my family or some of my other friends, they're probably like, what? You have to learn what in Adobe After Effects? You have to do what in Adobe Premiere? You're recording a video? There's like this disbelief that I'm so focused on this one singular goal. And so it was tough, because in the very beginning, everyone just thought I was kind of weird, I guess you could say. But Tina was always very supportive. Like, hey, I need time to do this. I need time to film this. And it was cool because she would offer like suggestions too on the weekend, right? And it'd be like, oh, let's go here. You get some cool shots. Maybe we can make a video. And so that played a huge role. But now it's funny, because once people see momentum, then they sort of congratulate you. They're like, oh, I saw your channel the other day. It's super cool, what you're doing. And I'm like, okay, do you think it's super cool what I'm doing because now it has momentum? But when you saw what I was doing 3 years ago when no one was watching, did you think it was still cool then? So it's like the opinion that people have of you is based off of the traction that your channel gets, right? And that's just like kind of part of the game, right? And so now that I'm getting some traction, now that I'm like, I don't know, getting somewhere with all this stuff, people are more supportive, I guess you could say. Happy Father's Day, Derek. Also, thanks, bro. Thanks. Appreciate it. It's so late. Yo, Jakey. What's up, Jakey? How you doing, bro? How's oh yeah, I just saw you messaged me on I saw the notification on my phone. Something your algorithm is full of gambling videos now. Shit. Oh man, the gambling niche is a wild place to be in, bro. You remember those late night poker room tournaments that we used to play? I need to find a better way to get my water bottle. Like moving it up and over this boom arm is stupid. This doesn't work. I need to figure that out. This is dumb. Let's see. Nah, keep doing whatever makes you happy. I see it as it's your own journal entries that you can go back and see in the future. Yeah, the journal entries are kind of cool, but they're also kind of cringy. Like I'll look back at 2019 and I'll be like, oh man, like what am I talking about? I'm like making like some weird motivational speech about go to the gym, run outside and climb a hill and get exercise. And it's like, oh, it's so cringe, bro. It's so cringy. But it's what it is. It's getting hot now in Baltimore. Oh yeah, you guys are more south than us too, right? Yeah, bro, summer's here. Summer's here, man. Yo, Mr. B, what's up? Oh, is that a super chat? Yo, thanks, Mr. B. Appreciate the support. It's cool because you're a cool guy, traction or not. Hey, man, appreciate it. Appreciate it. It's, you know, it's always nice when people appreciate anything you do in life, right? Especially whenever you try to do anything positive, because, you know, up until that point of getting traction, like the amount of adversity and self-doubt and negativity and hateful comments and hateful emails you have to deal with, like it's like a horrible journey, man. It's tough. It's tough sometimes, you know. I had days where I'm like, man, should I just sell my camera? Like, should I just sell all my camera gear and just give up on this YouTube channel? Like what am I doing? Like I had those thoughts before, right? But for whatever reason, I just tried to put those doubts in the back of my mind and just kept pushing forward, kept creating the next YouTube video, tried to find the next podcast guest, schedule the next live stream, and just forcing myself to keep going, right? And not lose any of that momentum. Because now look, we're on stream 60. Like this is crazy. We did 60 of these live streams and some of them were like 2-3 hours. It's awesome, right? In the beginning, I never would have dreamed we would have got here. I thought I might do like, you know, maybe a stream once a year or twice a year just for fun. And now look, we use momentum and we just kept going. So I appreciate the support, Mr. B. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Let's see. Ando, I'm doing all right, but I probably need to take some of your self-help tips and work on my physical health. Been letting myself go a tad bit. Yo, too much chips, bro. The sodium. Trust me, Ando, it's tough, man. It's tough. I haven't been to the gym since my membership got canceled because of COVID. I have like a bunch of free weights and a bench in my garage, and like I have calisthenic stuff to do at home, but I haven't been into an actual gym in a couple of years. So trust me, dude, it's hard. All that stuff, like that self-help stuff, it's tough. I'm lucky because the day job, I'm lifting heavy stuff. I'm on my feet. I'm walking around. So I'm generally getting a pretty good workout Monday through Friday. And so on Saturday and Sunday, I just have to do, you know, like my home calisthenic workout. I'll do like body weight squats, some push-ups, pull-up bar in the doorway, maybe some planks, and then a couple horse stances. All things that you can just do on the floor, right? No equipment needed. And I got some dumbbells if I want to try to maybe do some curls or bench press or something. But yeah, like I've been no gym membership for a couple of years now, and it sucks because I love going to the gym. And again, big part of that was moving too, right? Changing cities, selling our home, and all this chaos, having 2 kids. So yeah, it's a lot. But don't worry, bro. You can always do something, right? You can always work towards a better you or a better future. You just got to really like put your mind to it, right? Don't worry, I was day one fanboy. Day one fanboy. Yo, Ando was on the podcast like way back. You're like an OG on the podcast. Let me see. Keep network keep what? You keep losing network connection? Is that me or is that you? Am I losing my connection? Okay, mine seems okay. Might be the weather here. Just wanted to pop on to show support, my friend. Much love to you and your family. Later, bro. Hey, Ken Smith. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Always love hearing from you. Your name has this purple heart beside it now. You're like the top commenter on my channel, I think. Fun fact. I even saw that super secret 24-hour video for that personal coaching offer. Okay, yeah, so if you guys missed it yesterday, was it yesterday? When did I post? I guess yesterday or the day before, I posted a video and I offered a coaching service, a one-on-one coaching service. I had made this video that I was going to just delete, explaining the reasoning for it. And it was because I've been getting tons of DMs on Instagram and emails from random people or subscribers or whoever asking me, do I have some type of coaching program? Do I have any tips for overcoming addiction? Do I have any mentorship programs, or do I have like one-on-one coaching or Zoom calls or anything? I've been getting all these requests from people, right? Now, the dilemma is that I don't have the time of day to respond to all of them, right? Like maybe I could I would text a couple of them back, but they'll be like, hey, can we jump on a quick Zoom call for half an hour? And it's like I can't, like I don't have that time. And also when people are asking me for coaching service, right? I was like, if you're struggling financially, the last thing I want to do is take your money. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like if you're in debt, now I want you to pay me money so we can talk about your debt. So I had this like moral dilemma. I was conflicted, right? Because then I'm going to feel like an asshole. But then I sort of thought about it through. And if I don't do the coaching service, all of those emails and all those DMs, they're just going to get ghosted. They're just going to get left there and ignored. And those people won't get any help, right? That's just what it is. I have a job, family, kids, YouTube channel, other YouTube channels. I have all this stuff going on. And so I can't respond to everyone. However, if I did offer a service, right? Now maybe if they pay, $100, $200 or whatever, and they got this one-on-one, this confidential conversation where maybe they could get a type of value out of it, where they could maybe reduce their spending at the casino and maybe save them thousands of dollars. I don't know. So it may be a net benefit for them overall. And so I was like, I was really considering it. And then I had a friend message me and he gambled away like a substantial amount of money in one night. We're talking like 5 figures in one night. And then, we had like a short little chat and he's like, this is probably a great thing to do, because there's people out there that you could make them a YouTube video. This is what I did to quit my addiction. You can give them tips. This is how I started going to the gym. This is how I got into self-improvement. This is how I quit video games, quit drinking alcohol, quit all these bad habits in my life. You can give someone all the information and steps in the world, but if they aren't motivated or disciplined to take that information and put it into action, their life will never change. And so if you offer some type of coaching service where maybe there's someone out there, they really want to stop blowing all their money at the casino, but maybe they just need someone to talk to, right? And so I figured, okay, let's put an offer out there. Let's fill that void. But I wanted to be genuine. And so I said, listen, if you're really interested in this, email me and I'll give you a 15-minute call for free. So last night I did a bunch of calls with people that emailed me. And then I told them look, go to my YouTube channel first, watch the videos. They're all free. Get the information, try it out. If it doesn't work, come to this live stream. Again, it's free. Ask me whatever question you want. I'll help you. I'll answer it to you as best I can. And if that's still not good enough, the one-on-one coaching service is there for people that are super serious. And so it's up there now. The website is payhip.com/Derek Bearsy. I think I'll put it in the description. It's there. I need to kind of work on it, but it's in motion. And that was the whole idea behind that video and the coaching service. So. Yep, we're the north and south and mainly south. Well, let me set to all chat. F the haters. Yeah, the haters are, you know what I wonder sometimes? What percentage of haters are bots? Like, I always wonder. These people that type wild stuff, how many of them are just bots out there? So, I kind of wonder about that. And I'm sure there's like some 13-year-old kid that gets a kick out of talking smack on YouTube. So, there's always that too, right? But it's all right. That's one aspect of YouTube that I'm okay with, is sort of dealing with hateful comments, dealing with criticism, dealing with people making fun of me, because I've kind of dealt with that my whole life. Because even when I was like 18 and I dropped out of university and I started this like playing poker full time and doing I've always done all this craziness in my life. My life has been all over the place. And part of that comes with being a black sheep in your family, right? And I've had that my whole life. I've had people talk to me about the decisions I've made, the career choices I've made, right? And I've always had to deal with that. And so when it comes to, getting cyberbullied on YouTube or people sending me awful emails, I am old enough to not let that bother me too much. It's unfortunate because a lot of other YouTubers that I've talked to, hateful comments, it really gets them down. And I've seen a couple great creators. They stopped posting videos for like 2 months because they had this like 1 or 2 comments that really hurt their feelings or really made them feel terrible. And, that kind of sucks, right? Because those hateful words, it can affect some people more than others, right? Your stream has been good on my end. Okay, cool. Maybe it was just Ken. I think it was just Ken. Yeah, my stream seems pretty good. Yeah, I upgraded internet too. I got, what do you call it? I had cable before and I got like, what is it? Fiber internet. My upload speed, it went from like 10 megabit to like 100. So the quality better be good. We like 10x the upload speed. I can't believe I had like 10 upload for so long. It's horrible. I can hear you fine. Okay, cool, Mr. B. Hi, I'm the guy from Singapore who talked to Derek. He is really nice to take out of his free time. I wish I could really quit gambling. Hey, bro. So Min H was one of the dudes that I had one of the free calls with last night. Was super cool. It was good to just talk about what was going on. Again, obviously I'm not going to disclose what we talked about because it's confidential, but yeah. Thanks, bro, for coming by the stream. I'm always here, and you know what we talked about. If you have any questions, just come on by. Must be a lot better uploading videos onto YouTube. Okay. Yo, Ando, it's like night and day, man. Because all my YouTube videos I render in 4K. And so they'd be like 5 gigs, 6 gigs sometimes. And so I would upload it and then I would leave my laptop on and I would go to bed. Like that's what I used to do. But now it's like I upload and it's like it's so quick. So yeah, I definitely needed to invest in better internet. I finally changed when we moved. When we moved, I was like, okay, this old internet is awful. I was paying for one of those budget services, that piggyback off the main providers. I can't remember how much I was paying for. It was super cheap, but the speeds were pretty bad. But yeah, it's also like I want to have the best quality that I can. I think the other thing I need to upgrade is the video capture card. I remember when I first started streaming, I couldn't afford that Elgato Cam Link. Is that what it's called? Like Elgato is the company that makes all the streaming hardware, right? I think it was like an Elgato Cam Link USB stick. And I remember it being like $120. And I couldn't afford it because I was like, man, this is so much money to spend on this one thing where I may stream only once. Like I had no idea where the streaming was going. And so I bought this like Chinese knockoff from Amazon for like $10. And I was like, okay, this is $10. If it just craps out and dies on me, a big deal. This is $10, whatever. And I'm still using that Chinese capture card right now. It's so cheap that the USB section, it doesn't fit well into the port that I have to tape the USB stick to my computer. So there's like a piece of tape on it right now. But it was like a good $10 investment because it works. Like I could probably have better quality with the Elgato, but it's just what it is. Yeah, Cam Link. Okay, so it is a Cam Link. Am I right? It's like $100 and something, right? Let me Google this. Elgato Cam Link. Capture card, I guess. Capture card. $134.99. Yeah, so it's $135 now. Dang, it's so expensive, man. So it's 13 times the price than this cheap knockoff. Wait, but this is on sale though. It says it's 21% off on sale. List price is $169.95? Dude, crazy. That's so expensive. Damn, Camlink Pro is $400. Yeah, that that equipment's too much for me. Do you have family in Japan? Do you visit here often? No, so I don't have any family in Japan. They all left and they moved to Vancouver. And then from Vancouver, my whole family, they sort of moved east to Toronto. So originally my mom and all her siblings, they lived on the West Coast in British Columbia. But I may have like some far distant relatives, but if I do, I don't really know who they are. And I visited, when did I go to Japan? It was a couple years ago. Ando came with us. Andy Y above you. That was an awesome trip, man. Going to Japan was so cool. I'm glad I got it done because I couldn't imagine going to Japan now with 2 kids. It'd be a nightmare. It'd be impossible. It'd be so hard to just get around and do anything. It just wouldn't work. So yeah, I've been to Japan once with Ando, with Tina, and her cousin. It was a lot of fun. Japan is great. I would love to go back, but it would probably be a logistical nightmare. LOL, it's been so long, like 6. Yeah, dude, it was like so long ago, right? When was it? Like 2017? 26? I can't even remember. Like, when did we go? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. It was definitely way before COVID. I went again before COVID started. Oh, you went again, Ando. Oh, dang. Wait, did you go with was it your sister or something that you went with? Or was it like Lauren and the guys? Man, Japan is awesome. It's such a cool place. Big shout out to Chris, Blackout Gambler. Hope his time to upload something new real soon. Hey, Ken. Yeah, Ken, man, all of our buddies in this anti-gambling niche. Everyone's lacking with the content, you know? I don't know what's going on. I'm sure Chris will be back with a video soon. He's probably just super busy, right? Yeah, if you go now, you will need to rent a car. No way taking the public transport with 2 kids. Yeah, like taking that bullet train and the subway and all that with 2 kids, it just wouldn't work. There's just no way. And also it'd be like so expensive too. It was fun. I'm glad that we got that trip done when we were younger. You know, we kind of like just did our own thing, and we went all over Asia too. We saw South Korea, Thailand. I think we stopped in China too for a couple of days. But yeah, it was like a whole Asia trip. It was awesome. It was great. Now was with 2 Erics and his girl. 2 Erics. The 2 Erics. Can never eat enough in Japan. I want to go in soonish if any deals pop up. Dude, the food. Man, the food in Japan, it was so good. Like, even though I couldn't eat the fish at the time. At the time, I had like these horrible allergies to fish, which is funny because most of them went away. I can eat all seafood now except for salmon, and there's 2 types of fish I can't eat. Salmon and something else. Trout or pike? No, you wouldn't call the type of fish pike. Trout? Salmon and something. Anyways, there's like 2 types of seafood I can't eat now, but back then when we went to Japan, I was allergic to like everything, and I still had a great time eating there. Yeah, the food was just, man, like the food was like half of it. Remember like the Wagyu, what was it, the Wagyu beef steak that we had, and the tonkatsu with the sauce, and oh man, even that tiny hole in the wall Japanese curry joint with like the potatoes and rice, that was a bomb too. Like the noodle, like everything was amazing. So good. You can join my shellfish allergy. Oh, Jakey, you're allergic to shellfish? Wait, if you're allergic to shellfish, you're allergic to cockroaches too, right? Because aren't they like weirdly the same or something? Cockroaches and shellfish. But I doubt you'll be eating a cockroach anytime soon. Oh no. I still remember all the meds you brought. Yeah, dude, it was horrible. It was so bad. It's weird though, because like all that stuff, it went, as I aged, it kind of like went away. Like all even like shrimp, lobster, crab, mussels, clams, oysters, like all those things, like I was deathly allergic to. Now I eat all of them just fine. And you can tell too, because I don't have any like those rashes on my face. Because before I'd eat something and my face would like break out in all these like horrible rashes. And food allergies are the worst. Yeah, shrimp, lobster, and crab. Oh, dude. See, that's what I used to have. Oh, that's the worst. I think dust mites are in the same family. Yo, that's wild, right? Isn't that crazy? So bed bugs and seafood that's in shells. It's terrible. Oh, it's the worst. Trust me, Jakey. I feel you, bro. I feel you. What's good? Yo, Mr. Drama. Yo, what's up, Kevin? Mr. Newly 1,000 subscribers? Did you get monetized yet? By the way, is your IG link broken? Oh, yeah, it was. I think I updated it, though. No, didn't I? Just a thought, maybe you can make some IG Reels, TikTok content to drive views here. Which Instagram link? Is it the one on my main page? Because the problem was I changed the account name and then it messed up my Instagram link. Where is it? Basic info, branding. How do I change it? Is it the links at the top? Or is it in the description? Yeah, because my Instagram account name used to be Doikido, and then I changed it just to my full name. And so all my old links, they're all like busted. So I have to update all my links everywhere. But in terms of the views, I don't want to say hate. I strongly dislike Instagram and TikTok because I view them as these forms of mindless zombie-like scrolling. And YouTube Shorts is guilty of this too, to a sense, but I feel like it's way more accessible on Instagram and TikTok. And so I am someone who advocates removing instant gratification from your life. Stop scrolling Instagram Reels, stop scrolling TikTok, stop binge watching Netflix, stop playing video games for like 10 hours at night. Like, get rid of these things from your life. If you can delay instant gratification and stop and remove all these addictions to these like things that give you hits of dopamine, then you can make this drastic change in your life. Because that's what I did. I got rid of all those addictions. It freed up all this time because I wasn't binge watching Netflix anymore. I wasn't mindlessly scrolling through TikTok for an hour before bed. I wasn't up all night playing video games, right? And if you do that, now you have all this extra free time that you never had before. So now, okay, now maybe I could read a book or go to the gym, learn about proper diet or exercise more or start a YouTube channel or whatever it is. And so part of my whole message about self-improvement is getting rid of things that gives you instant gratification. And it's tough. Like, trust me, it's so hard. Video games are so much fun. Netflix is so entertaining. Scrolling through Reels and TikTok, I get it. I 100% get it. But if you can find a way to remove those things from your life, right, then you can make you have all this time and then you don't have any excuses. And so that's why I've sort of distanced myself from those two platforms. On TikTok, I just deleted it entirely from my phone. I have an account. I used to post content there and I'm just like, whatever, I'm just going to delete it. Instagram, I still use it because of the DMs that I get, the people that reach out to me. But in terms of like the reels or the pictures, I just post like super random pictures of my book when I read something interesting. Like now my Instagram account is like, it's shit. It's whatever. I don't care about it. I just leave it. It's just there. It's a barren wasteland. But it's because I am trying to get away from it, right? So maybe I could post some of my YouTube shorts and throw it on there. But I don't care about growing on Instagram. I don't care about growing on TikTok. Don't really care. So I'm happy enough just leaving them on YouTube. Okay, in the description. Okay, I'll check it out, bro. I'll fix it. Not yet. Is the Canon M50 Mark II a good camera? Okay, so Canon. Okay, maybe if Ando is still here, Ando would be a better person to answer that question. And Ando knows way more about cameras than I do. And I'm not familiar with Canon. All I know is Sony. I know Sony and Fuji. If I'm thinking correctly, the Canon M50, it's the APS-C camera. It's a smaller one. I think the issue with the Canon M50 is that there wasn't a lot of lens selection. I think my dad was going to buy the Canon M50, or he was going to buy some type of Canon APS-C camera. But the amount of native glass that they had for the body, there was like nothing in production, nothing new coming out, and they weren't working on anything in the future. And so he pivoted and he switched to Fuji. So I don't know, Kevin. I don't know the right answer. But pretty much like any camera is good enough for YouTube, especially if you're just doing like a talking head. If you're just doing like a talking head video, it's probably fine. The bigger thing is the glass, is the lens. I feel like that's way more important. Do you have a wide angle lens so that when you are close up to the camera and you do a talking head, it doesn't look distorted? Do you have enough space? Can you go close enough to camera to have the microphone be close enough to your mouth? Or do you have a lens where it has a fast enough aperture so that you can get like that blurry background, that separation? Like there's so many things. Like it's so hard to recommend cameras. I could probably go on forever about the topic. Instagram is so degenerate. Holy. Yeah, IG is like you know when you open Instagram and you kind of just like scrolling through your feed. You're looking at some pictures. Maybe you're looking at some of the things your friends are posting. And then all of a sudden you get into Reels. And then you're seeing like some basketball stuff. You're seeing some girls doing squats. You see some crazy food, some luxury items. And then all of a sudden you realize it's been like half an hour, 40 minutes has gone by, and you're just like mindlessly scrolling like this. Like it's a time sink, right? It kills your time. That's my whole issue. Does this mean I need to quit porn also? Yeah, porn is another like, So the porn thing is rough because you can go down the line of like the nofap people and get into that whole space. That's like a space within self-improvement. I'm generally not into the whole nofap thing, like counting your streaks and nofap hard mode and nofap easy mode and all of that is just overwhelming. I just break it down like, again, it's another form of instant gratification. This like dopamine hit, the accessibility of porn. And it's like you want something and then you just go to porn and your desire is just what's the right word? Like please, not please. You satisfy that desire instantly without any work, right? And that will mess up like the wiring of your brain, the way you desire things, right? And it's also like, man, the whole porn thing, it's like I can go on for hours about this stuff. But yeah, it's general advice, stay away from it the best you can. You should have quit a long time ago. Yo, Cowboy, what's up, Cowboy? Is the chat not working? No, I'm just slow, dude. I'll read a message in the chat and then I'll go off on a rant and then I'll fall behind on the chat. My bad. It's working, Cowboy. Instagram is filled with degenerate women. Holy, like I don't even use it. Why is it pushing that to me? Maybe video is behind. It's just me, dude. It's just me. I think YouTube has like a little delay from when you guys type a comment. And then also I'm usually kind of behind on replying to comments. So my problem is I talk too much, man. I go off on all these like wild tangents all the time. And then I fall behind. But so yeah, no to porn, or just like reduce the amount of time you spend on the hub as much as you can. Instagram, Reels, TikTok, same thing. Again, all these forms of instant gratification. Try to delete the app from your phone if you can. If not, reduce the amount of time you spend on there. Next is video games and Netflix. These are probably the most difficult because Netflix, your family or your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever, they're going to want to watch shows with you. Maybe some of your coworkers are into like a series and they're going to ask you on Monday, did you watch that, Netflix series that just came out? So you're going to have this peer pressure around something like Netflix, which is, again, it's tough. And then the video games, it's just video games are so much fun. and just playing Call of Duty with the boys, or Fortnite, or Valorant, or I don't know, insert video game name here. And then you get on Discord. It's so much fun, right? I get it. I totally get it. I love video games. I love it. But it's the same thing. It just eats up all your time if you want to make any positive improvements on your life. And it's also a form of instant gratification where you're just getting this like dopamine hit. Like, and video games are only going to get more addictive. They're only going to get better, right? It's not like they're going to get worse. So, love the new setup. Good work. Okay, it's better, right? I'm more like center. I'm more in the center. I'm not like this. Meh. What's up, meh? Dang, I'm about to sleep. Wish I could have catch your stream. Just want to say thank you for sharing your gambling addiction story. It has helped a lot. Hey, no worries, bro. Hey, the stream is always after the stream is public on my channel too. You can always watch the replay of it. If you just click the lot, I think there's like a tab. It's a tab called live, right? Yeah, there's like a live tab. So the stream is there. Yeah, sorry that it's late. I had to change the stream time. I can't do the afternoon streams anymore. It's just kind of not fair to the family. So if I had more time, again, we're talking about time, freeing up time. I would love to stream more than once a week. But for now, it's just going to be once on Saturday. If I can't do it on Saturday, I'll make it up on Sunday, which is what happened today. But yeah, I'm glad the gambling addiction story helps. I always love hearing comments from you guys who resonate with that story or resonate with any of those videos. Reject the soy mind. Reject the soy mind. Kevin, you're gonna bring all the drama, bro. We call Kevin the bringer of drama. I think the M50 is an okay budget-friendly starting cam, but it's an EFM native. That's a mount, right? EF, that's the mount, which is a pretty dead system. No room to grow in the future. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what my dad was talking about. That mount, there's no new glass coming out for it, right, Ando? It's like dead, I feel like. But if it's super cheap, like if it's on sale and you can just get like a wide angle lens, I don't know, that meets your budget, I guess it's good enough. At least EFS or EF lenses if you become a pro. Yeah, I think it's going to depend, right? It'll definitely depend what you want to do. Like personally, I shoot Sony. And I shoot Sony because there's like there was so much selection. I would have loved to go full frame like Ando. Ando shoots full frame, and actually all my friends shoot full frame as well. I'm the only cheap ass that shoots APS-C, which is the smaller sensor. But there's so much variety in the lenses that I have access to that it's a perfect setup for me. Did you log your gambling poker results? Know how much you lost? Okay, yeah, I did because I had to pay taxes on them. I had to pay income tax on my poker winnings because it was my only job for 9 years. I claimed a sole proprietorship with the CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency or whatever. And I remember I had to categorize myself as an adult entertainer because there was no category for online poker player. Like it didn't exist. And I remember I was making like, I think I was making like $40,000 to $50,000 a year, something like that. And then towards the end, when poker sort of started to die, when it was banned in the US, and everything was sort of going downhill, the games were getting harder. I was making less money. I wasn't getting all these sponsorships to big tournaments anymore. And I didn't really, did I track how much money for live games? Because I used to go to the casino too. I used to take the bus every day to this casino, and I would play live a lot, but I didn't really track my winnings there. I had this safe in my room, and I just put all my like $100 bills in there. But what happened was, I started to venture out into the casino, and then I would play things like, blackjack here or there, and then I started playing roulette a little bit. I played this other game called Sickbo, and what happened was I got accustomed to every night I would take like a green $25 chip, and then I would just like throw it on my lucky number on the roulette table. And then, if I lost whatever, it's only $25, I would go home. But then I remember one day it hit, right? And it paid like, I can't remember, what are the odds for roulette on a number? 35 to 1? 30 to 1? 35 to 1 or something like that, right? So it paid like $700 something, and I got like this huge stack of cash, and I was like, oh my God, this is so sick, right? Like I just threw this green chip on the table, and in a minute I won like $700 or whatever the math is. And then that's when like things started to go downhill for me, where before I was just strictly playing poker. I had this like business going on, but then I started like venturing off into these other games and losing money in roulette, losing money on blackjack, losing money here, losing money there. And then I started getting into sports betting on the basketball game, betting on the hockey game, the baseball game, the football game. And then that's when everything sort of fell apart. And then I realized like, okay, I gotta quit. I gotta end this business. It obviously failed. It was a hard thing to admit, right? Because I had a business for 9 years. I'm like, it's, I'm a failure now, but it's what it is. I have to quit. This isn't working anymore. And so I quit, stopped playing poker. But then I had that urge like to gamble still, because for like 10 years straight, I was just gambling every day. And then now, if I'm being totally honest, I love to gamble. I love it. And I still do, even to this day, even though I don't play anymore. But like, say, I don't know. Let's say there's like a TV reality show that we're watching. And sometimes my family we would let's bet on this show, and we each get to pick a person like and see who wins a contest. I get super excited. Or the Raptors win the playoffs. Anyone want to make like a small bet? I get super excited. And so deep down, I have this like addiction still to gambling. I love to wager bets. I love the rush. I love the excitement, because it was part of like who I was for so long. And so I had to like suppress that and try to find a way to overcome it. And people ask me like, oh, how did you get rid of your gambling addiction? And then I tell them, I didn't. I still have it. It's still here, but I found a way to manage it, right? So that when an opportunity comes up to place a bet on, say, the Laker game in Memphis, for example, instead of betting $500 or $5,000, I can bet $5 and then just stop, because I've sort of built up this sort of self-control. And I also have people who rely on me now. It's not just me anymore, right? My wife's here, 2 kids are here. There's lots of people that rely on me. I have responsibilities. And so that was like when I made a huge shift away from all this like gambling stuff. But yeah, I still love it, man. I still, it's so exhilarating. Like I still love it. Watching from the clouds while I grind. My mistake is playing higher poker stakes when I win in smaller stakes and losing my money. You don't think you can strictly play poker. See, because here's the thing though. Like, say if there was a casino that only had poker, where if you go in and everything is just poker, I'd be fine. But the problem is when you go to the casino, the poker room is in the back. You got to walk through, the poker room, past the restaurant, past the cage, past the million of slot machines, get to the poker room. And so there's all this temptation around you. And that's what I realized by just being in the environment of a casino. I have these urges to kind of go crazy, right? And that's what it was. And also, even if I wanted to, I'm probably not a good poker player anymore because I stopped playing. I stopped studying. I stopped practicing. I stopped reading strategy. And so I'm probably just an amateur player now at best. The game has evolved, right? And so if I ever were to find myself in a casino setting, it would be going in with the understanding of maybe you have this amount of money and we're just going to play with it for fun and there's no business. We're not trying to make any money. That old version of me is gone. So do I think I could strictly play poker? Yeah, sure, in the right circumstance, right? But I don't know. It's luckily I haven't found myself in a situation where I really messed up bad. Like it's been what, I quit when I was 27, right? So I'm 38 now. So it's been 11 years. 11 years of the most I've ever bet was like $20, $10. It's like my dad or my brother or my friend, like minuscule amounts. So I've been pretty consistent. So I guess I'll just leave it at that. But we'll see. Let's see. Not a lot of supply for used EFM lenses, so it's not cheap. Used Canon EFS and EF lenses can be had on the cheap since a lot of supply in the market. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's tough. Is the Rode Go 2 a good wireless mic? I'd rather use a wireless mic than a USB mic. Is that square thing that you clip onto your shirt? What is it? Rode Go 2 mic? That's that square thing, right? Yeah, so my friend uses that mic. It's good. You plug the other end into your camera. The problem is it's bulky, right? It's like this. It's like a lavalier mic, but it's bulkier. So it depends what you want to do. Like if you're just gonna make YouTube videos, Kevin, let me show. This is what I do. Okay, so this is my YouTube setup right here. So this is a camera that I use to make my YouTube videos. I have a shotgun mic here, which it kind of sticks out, and I have a wide-ish angle lens here, so that whenever I make a YouTube video, all I do, turn it on, right? If you can see this. So you have the flip-up camera, right? And it's just like this. And so I just put it on my table, and because the lens is wide, I can sit fairly close to it, and so the shotgun mic, it protrudes outwards, so my mouth is close enough proximity to get good audio. So I don't even need that wireless setup. This is all you need, just like this. And this is how I record all my YouTube videos, just like that. And it works. It works for me. Get this camera out of my face. Ugh. So you should thank the market downturn that forced you out of pro gambling. Yeah, Ando. Should thank what was it, the U.S. Department of Justice for banning online poker in the States, and then it like freaked me out, so I withdrew all my money. All due respect, playing just for fun won't work for people with a past gambling issue. Like me, I know $100 buy-in will turn to 1K, 3K, 5K. Yeah, I hear you. That's sort of why I talk about this idea of like improving your mental health, because what you're describing is exactly what I used to do. So I used to play like, say you go to the casino, or maybe I'm playing online, playing like $100 buy-in cash game, and all of a sudden you see like a seat open at the $500 table. So you go to the $500 table, you get a rush, and then you want to play like the $1,000 table. I had that same issue, like my whole career, or whatever you want to call it, playing poker. But it's like, even though I had this like deep gambling issue where I was like addicted to all this stuff, I spent an immense amount of time on working on that, trying to figure out, okay, what are the triggers in my life? Why do I make these decisions? Why do I always escalate the issue? Why am I not happy with just $100? Why does it always have to go 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000? Like, why does it always have to keep escalating? And so like, I really took the time, to work on myself, work on my mental health, think about the decisions that I make, right? And that's a solution that worked for me. Some people, the best thing is just self-exclusion. Ban all your credit cards, limit your bank account balance so you don't have access to money. Like, maybe that's the answer for some people, but I didn't want to live like that. So now I have a level of self-control where if we're going to play for $10, we're playing for $10, and that's it. There is no escalation anymore. It just ends there. It's because I have good mental health. I am confident in my ability to say no to temptation, only because I've worked on that through many years. And a huge part of that is like going through self-improvement, right? Becoming a more stronger, more confident person, healthier person, exercising more, reading more, learning more, all these positive skills that you add to your life. It compounds in the attributes of who you are as a human being. Whereas before, I was pretty introverted, weak, lazy, procrastinated all the time. So of course that version of Derek is always going to fall into bad habits and go up in stakes. But now I am much more well-read, much more like well thought out, much more confident, much more disciplined. So when that same problem comes up in my life, now, because I have so much stronger like mental health, I'm in such a better position mentally. It's so much easier for me to just say no. But you have to work up to that, right? And that is the whole idea of my solution for gambling. And again, this is not going to work for everybody, right? This is just what works for me. But I totally get it. Like, I totally get when you play one stake, you want to go to the next, you chase a rush, and it just gets more and more exciting. I totally get that. I got the Fluffy Road Micro, or whatever it's called, on my M50. Oh, Jakey, I have that too. Where is that mic? Do I have it on this camera? No, not on this camera. I have that mic somewhere. It's probably back there. That's a Rode Video Micro, and it has the dead cat on it, right? Yeah, that mic's perfectly fine as long as you can get it as close as you can to your face. It'll pick up great audio quality. What's your day job? I work for FedEx. So I am a courier who works pretty much by the airport, just like picking up packages. I don't do any deliveries. You know how most couriers, you see them delivering stuff? So like Amazon, for example, they'll come with like a truck full of boxes and they'll deliver your packages. I do the opposite. I leave the depot with an empty truck, and I'll go to the airport and I'll pick up a whole bunch of heavy stuff, fill the truck, and then go back to the depot for those packages to move to the US. The reason why this job is good is because it has benefits, it has a pension, and it has this ability for me to just listen to audiobooks while I'm working. So say, for example, I go to the airport, I'm picking up some boxes, I could have my AirPods or Bluetooth speakers in, I listen to a podcast, or I'm listening to an audiobook on my phone. Or when I'm driving in between stops, like say I'm at one place on the airport, I have to go to like this other business. Usually it takes, 5, 10, sometimes 15 minutes to drive in between. So again, there's this down period where I can educate myself. So I have a ton of ebooks just on my phone. I'm just like reading everything. Well, I shouldn't say like reading, like listening to books is probably the correct way to say it. But yeah, it kills two birds with one stone, right? I get like a self-education plus while I work. And it's good too, because there's no office politics, there's no bureaucracy, there's no manager or supervisor looking over your shoulder. There's nothing. It's just me by myself in the truck, and I can do whatever, I can drive wherever, plan my day however, take my break whenever. Like, it's all up to me. I have like freedom. So it's and also you get a pretty good workout from it, because I'll go to like the airport and I go to like WestJet, for example. They'll have like huge airplane parts and the shit's like heavy. So then I get a workout from Monday to Friday, which is good. So there's all these benefits that sort of intertwine with one another. I can't do the corporate bureaucracy anymore. I just can't. Like, it drives me nuts. It's just so crazy. Everyone is just like backstabbing each other to try to move up the corporate ladder. You know, they want to push you down so you get the promotion. It's just, I can't deal with any of that stuff. So will you say that you are confident to go to the casino right now and don't mess up? I know I can't. That's a good question. Because I don't even remember the last time I've been to the casino. Man, when's the last time I physically went into the casino? I think it might have been in like 2013. Yeah, I think it's 2013 was the last time I was physically in a casino. Was there any other times? What about when I went on vacation? Was there any casinos when I went on vacation? I don't think so. Any other casinos have I been to? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't been to one in 10 years. Yeah, 2013. So of course, the overconfident version of me would be like, yeah, of course I can go in there, no problem. But to be truthful, I don't know, because I haven't been. But I know that with how disciplined I've been with avoiding the access to gambling on something like this, you know, I can access a casino right here from my phone. I can access PokerStars to gamble, party poker. I can log on FanDuel, DraftKings. Like, I can access websites so easily. I could just do it right now, right? But I don't. I'm able to say no and put it away, right? So I'm sure, you know what? That would be an interesting experiment. I would love to just go and see how I react, because that would be super interesting. But I'd be super confident that I'd be fine. Are you an independent contractor, Derek? Because that's what I'm probably considering doing as a part of a side hustle. Yeah, so my initial idea was, when I started this whole YouTube stuff, I was putting 40 hours a week into the day job, and then I was putting 20 hours a week into YouTube. Because whenever people have this idea that the work week is 40 hours, it's 9 to 5, it's 40 hours. It's not. You can do more. You don't have to be confined to 40 hours in a work week. You can do more. I hear all these people talking about like, oh man, you know, like work-life balance. I'm going to get burnt out. I'm so stressed. I'm working 37 and a half hours a week, right? Like what are you talking about? Like, do you have $1 million in the bank account? Like, do you have $1 million cash, liquid, that you have access to? If the answer is no, then get to work. Do something about it. You can do more than 40. It drives me nuts when people like say, oh, I can't do any more. You know, I work 40 hours Monday to Friday. Oh, I'm too tired. I get to watch Netflix for 12 hours on Saturday. Like, you're just lazy. You're lazy. It's so crazy. And so what I did was I took the 40 hours, right, at the day job, and I added in 20 into YouTube. And so on Saturday, I'd put in 10 hours. Sunday, I'd put in 10 hours. You know, I told Tina, like, hey, I'm making these sacrifices. I'm going to be editing videos. I'm going to be recording videos, and I'm going to be editing videos. 10 hours on Saturday, 10 hours on Sunday. maybe we can go out for dinner or do something early or do something late, but my whole weekend is going to be this. And so I put in my 40 and I put in my 20. And then what I wanted to do was, my plan was to slowly invert those two graphs and have the day job do 30 hours and had YouTube do 30. So that took me, I think, 2 or 3 years. And then eventually I got the day job down to 30. And then right now it's down to 25. And then this week it's down to 22 and a half. So I went from 40 hours a week to 30 to 25 to 22 and a half. And YouTube went from 20 hours to 30, right, to 35, and now 37 and a half. So the vast majority of my time I spend on content creation. So the day job is technically part-time. See, this is what happens. I go on a tangent and I fall so far behind on comments. So would you quit your job to work YouTube full time? Is that the goal? Okay, so yes and no. The goal that I have is that I want to do YouTube, right? I want to do the podcast. The stream, I guess, is part of YouTube, but I want to do YouTube videos. I want to do the podcast. I want to do the live stream. I want to have my newsletter where I can sell like the one-on-one coaching. I'm working on an ebook, audiobook, something like that. And then also the fifth bucket that I want to fill is freelancing. And so I'm extremely lucky. I've been working with my friend. We did some freelance work for the Detroit Pistons, the Detroit Tigers. So I went out, it was kind of cool because I was making like TikTok videos at the Detroit Pistons home opener last year in the NBA season. And so my friend Brian, he is always looking for like a secondary shooter to help him with these like videography gigs or jobs or whatever. And I love basketball. So there's been these opportunities that have come up that I've been like, hey, if you ever need me, I will gladly help you. And so the plan is to diversify my time amongst 5 things. And so it's not just all on YouTube, right? I want to have like different sources of income because also I love doing all this stuff, right? And then the website will be a way for me to connect with you guys independent from YouTube, because one day YouTube could go away. One day YouTube could ban me. Like, what if YouTube decides that they don't want content creators talking about psychedelic mushrooms? Well, look at my channel. What do I have? Right? I have videos of me taking crazy amounts of mushrooms. So maybe I could get banned, right? One day. Who knows? That's out of my control. But if I have a website where I control everything, where I have, the email addresses of you guys that we can connect with either through the coaching or the Zoom calls or whatever it is, right? And so that is my way of hedging my bets. And so I have this like grand plan. It sounds kind of lame, but this like diversification plan of I want to do a bunch of little things. And if I can make a little bit of money here, there, and everywhere, and if that could amount to like a full-time income, then the day job can go. Okay, let me see. You can come work for me? Oh, Jakey. What's your most degenerate gambling story? Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to go on another tangent there. I have watch my gambling addiction story videos. I don't know what's the most crazy, but maybe spending $10,000 to play in the World Series of Poker. That's probably like the craziest one. I'd probably be bringing call girls in the truck with me and indulge in some not so professional endeavors. Why am I? Dude, yo, you're so extra, bro. Oh, it's so funny. Yo, Red, what's up, Red? What's going on, dude? Happy Father's Day. Yo, thanks, Red. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you. This is a fun day for me. Father's Day live stream. I should name the stream Father's Day live stream. Yeah, glad to see you, Red. Let me see. Consuming content. My day job average 60 hours a week. If peak periods, maybe 80. Dang. Okay. 80 hours a week. That's crazy. And no overtime pay at all. Wow. Really? Are you salary? Is that one of those things where the music died? Is that one of those things where companies offer you salary, like compensation, but the hours they give you is insane? That's wild, dude. See, I think like if you have a dream, a business, or a goal that you're so passionate about and that you like love to do, 60 hours a week, in my opinion, is definitely doable. As long as you follow these strategies I talked about of limiting porn, social media, video games, Netflix, or alcohol, any of these bad habits, if you just reduce your time you spend on those things, you can free up so much time in your life to work on these passion projects. I used to think very similar to you, putting in as much spare time as I could into side hustles, but recently my perspective has drastically changed and money doesn't have the same appeal anymore. Now I want to focus on what makes me happy. Granted, if achieving a monetary goal brings someone happiness, then that's great. That's interesting. Yeah, side hustles are interesting too, because if it was a side hustle only for the money, that's probably a little different. Like the reason why I'm so obsessed with this stuff is because this is what I love to do. Like it's not like the money is good and all, but for me, it's if I could just do work that I love full time, that is like the greatest achievement for me because it's so much fun. Like right now, it's like it's a Sunday. And I'm so excited to do a live stream and just do this, make content on YouTube. And I'm probably going to be editing a bunch of videos after this as well. I have so much going on. I even made an extra channel. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I created another channel called Bearsy Analytics because I'm such a crazy person. I have like 3 channels now. And I share all the YouTube AdSense that I make on this channel. So if you ever want to know how much money my YouTube channel makes, or how I make money, I share everything. No filter. It's all there. It's all in the open. I straight up show you everything. And it's Bearsy Analytics is the channel name. Yeah, salary, annual package, IT consulting. Yeah, man, that's tough. See, if it's like a salary job, but you're working 40 hours a week, like that's like a normal 9 to 5 hourly job. But if it's like salary, but they want you to work like 60 to 80 hours, they better pay overtime. But if they don't pay overtime, that feels like a scam, bro. But again, we live in different countries. It's like, maybe things are just completely different over there. I'd probably I'd probably put in my 40 hours and refuse to work anymore after. if you're not getting compensated, if you're not going to pay overtime, then I'd be like, okay, then the work can wait till next week. But then if you do that, you'll probably get fired. So maybe don't listen to me. Oh man. Yo, Red, how you been, Red? What's going on, dude? How is everything? I'm wild and I'm insane enough to do something like that as long as I don't get caught, even though it's illegal. Bro. It's funny. There's been couriers who have done that. It's hilarious. It's so funny. I knew some guys that did wild shit like that. It's definitely an interesting job. There's like pros and cons to all jobs, right? Pros and cons to everything. Shit, man, just chilling, just saving up to buy a new. Oh, snap! You gonna buy a house? We're in Cali still. Do you have like a type of home or neighborhood, or do you have an idea of where you want to live? Because I remember last year when I was moving, I think it took us. I think we saw 25 to 30 properties. We put in about like 8 to 10 offers over an 8-month period, and we lost everything. We lost everything. It was like 8-9 months of looking, seeing homes, putting in offers, losing, putting in a counter offer, still losing, getting rejected, just horrible until we finally bought this house. And we've been here for just over a year. When did we move in? We moved in May 2022. Yeah, so I've been here just over a year. It was it was crazy. But the salaries are high for professionals. They pay junior lawyers $215K, but expected to work all the time. Yeah, it's rough, right? It all depends what you want to do. See, the interesting thing is that, say you have a job where you're making $215,000 a year. If you're smart and you find a way to prevent your lifestyle from inflating with your income, because that's so common, right? That's like the biggest mistake that people make, is as they make more money, their lifestyle inflates proportionally to their income. So it's like, oh, I'm making $215,000. I should drive a car that a $215,000 professional should drive. I should live in a certain house. I should have type of clothes, right? But I always wonder, like, what if you were able to avoid that lifestyle inflation and say you grind it out for 10 years, and then maybe you could just quit that job if you didn't have your whole lifestyle tied to that income. But I don't know, who knows, maybe something like that. But it's tough, right? Because when you talk about day jobs, corporations, businesses, entrepreneurship, everyone has different goals and reasons for working and doing what they do. It all depends, right? Yeah, Asia work culture is mad. Yeah, trust me, bro. I know. Especially in Japan. Japan has that nonsense of never take a day off, no vacation days. Which and if you do take a vacation day, or if you do call in sick, you're letting your team down, or you're letting your coworkers down. Bro, I was off sick this past whole week because my freaking nuts hurt. Like, what happens if I'm in Japan? I have to go to work, but I can't walk properly, can't do anything. Like, what's up with that? California real estate is crazy. Yeah, man. Any of those like major cities like California, New York, any of that stuff is nuts. Find a new apartment. Prices are just insane right now. I'm looking into a house in the next year or two. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Yeah, especially California, right? California is wild. Like, even like real estate prices are so insane to me. Like, even for myself, like, we broke the bank buying this house. And this house, it's not even a detached house. Like, I live in a semi-detached. Like, this wall right here, beyond this wall is my neighbor's basement. They're right beyond the foundation. Our driveways are connected, so our cars are side by side, right? And over $1 million, well over $1 million. And for a semi-detached house, it's not even a detached one. It's nuts. Are you really okay with living a boring life? I don't know about that. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Absolutely okay with living a boring life. That's super easy for me. I think I made a video about that once. So I'm someone who I used to care everything about how I looked, my image, all of that. And I got to a point where it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Like, are you guys going to be at my funeral? Am I going to be alive during my funeral? Am I going to know what people said about me? Are the words that people say going to change my life in any way? It doesn't make a difference. And so I have totally escaped the materialistic mindset that people have in society. I wear the same boring clothes every single day. I have like a stack of this brandless t-shirt that I buy from Uniqlo. I bought like 20 of them. And I have like a life uniform. I just wear the same clothes every day. This is actually like designer for me. This actually has some text on it. I pretty much wear the exact same plain gray shirt every single day. Don't care about my clothes at all. Haircut, as you can see, my hair is long as hell. I don't cut it. And if I do, it's just like super quick. I just don't care. Shoes, jacket, any of that, don't care. Car, don't care. Base model SUV, no options, bought it used. I own it, no payments, nothing. Again, I don't care. I realize like living a simple, boring life is like one of the best things I've ever done, because I'm not like caught up with the Joneses or whatever. Like, oh, how other people view me or what I look like or celebrities and all this stupidity. Who cares? Who gives a shit? And as soon as I made that realization that I don't need any of that materialistic stuff, nice clothes, fancy watches, or fast cars, like any of that, none of it. Probably the most extravagant thing I have is the house, right? But again, it's very, it has a purpose, right? The house is so that my kids have a place where they have their own bedroom. They have a backyard where I can put a swing set and they can have some grass and they can, play in it. And I have an office where I can do the work that I love. And so the only purchase in my life that is extravagant, I guess, is this house. I don't even fully own it. I have a mortgage, right? But aside from that, super boring life, and I couldn't be happier. It's like one of the best decisions I ever made, like without a doubt, is adopting this like minimalistic type of mindset. And it's like all this, like, I don't know what do you call it when you care so much about like wearing Nike clothes or having Nike shoes or having some name brand backpack, or who cares? Like, who cares? And so I've been, as soon as I made that massive shift to living like a super simplistic, boring life, I've been incredibly happy. Like, I've just been so content with who I am as a person, and it's like one of the best decisions I've ever made. Bro, unfortunately, you won't be able to do that. The system is designed to trap you. It's called golden handcuff, especially if you have kids. Need to send to private schools, college. How to fire in 10 years. Yeah, the system is interesting. So obviously, like, the way I'm going to educate my kids is, well, obviously I wouldn't force them to do anything, but you also have to realize that the old way of where you have to go to school and all these things you have to do, it's like in the past. Like, you don't have to do anything. Again, one of the best decisions I ever made was quitting university. Now, most people say that's like a stupid decision, but because I quit, I was able to go through this horrible, struggling part of my life to figure out who I was, and found out what I really love, and I found my passion in life. And now I found happiness, I found fulfillment. And I would much rather have that than be stuck with whatever, I don't know, programming job or, I don't know, corporate gig that I probably would have got back then. And if I got that job and finished that career, I never would have taken these risks to try to find what I was passionate about. And I probably never would have made this channel, right? Okay, let me. Yo, I can't keep up with the comments. Let me catch up real quick. I just watched 2 of you. Oh, Ash D. What's up, Ash? I just watched 2 of your gambling recovery videos. I can totally relate to your past experience. I'll be following you, and I'm motivated for change. Thank you. Hey, Ash. Thanks for stopping by and leaving a message, bro. I always love hearing from you guys that found me through the gambling stuff. Boring equals simple IMO, in my opinion. Yep. Red knows what's up. Aren't you a minimalist too, Derek? Generally, I am not like like those guys like Matt, what's his name? Matt Diavella, where they're like all into minimalism, where they identify as a minimalist. Like, I am a minimalist. This is how a minimalist lives. Like, I don't think I'm there. I sort of take some minimalistic ideas that I find beneficial and add them to my life. Like the minimalist life uniform, for example, I think was awesome. I wake up, I don't have to think. There's no like, what color shirt do I wear? What pants do I have to match with? Like, I just grab it. Shirt, pants, done. It's automated. It's automatic because there's no choice. There's gray shirt or there's the blue pants or whatever, and just grab them and go. It sounds kind of dumb, right? Some people are like, oh, you're so weird. Why do you wear the same clothes every day? But it's what makes me happy. It's the best way I can explain it. What life do you hope for your kids? Okay, so to be perfectly honest, it is whatever they discover which makes them fulfilled. So if, for example, my daughter, if she wants to go to university to study something that I'm totally against, I will support it 100%. If she doesn't want to go to university and maybe wants to do something crazy, like, I don't know, become a graffiti artist, painter, I'll support it 100%. Maybe she wants to do something entrepreneurial, start a new business, take a year off, travel, I'll support it 100%. My goal with my kids is to push them towards many different avenues in life and find the one that clicks. And when it clicks and they find what they're passionate about, then I'm going to try to push them towards that passion and not get entrapped by this society where we're just training kids to be 9-to-5 robots all the time. That you have to get this degree, or you have to go to college, or you have to join this corporation, or else you'll never be happy. Like, it's not what it is. Times are changing. Nowadays, learning or studying something for 4 years is so much worse than trying to become up to date with a new idea or new software in 8 months. So say, for example, AI comes out. If you are an early adopter and you can really learn quickly a new technology, a new system, a new business, you are infinitely more successful than someone who studied the right thing 4 years ago, because that way is becoming obsolete. And so again, that is just my opinion on the world. And so if my daughter wants to go the academic route, I'll 100% support that. Whatever she wants to find that gives her fulfillment, because it's not going to be the same as me. Like, I have this passion for whatever this is, right? And maybe my daughter will be more introverted and she doesn't want to share everything. Maybe she doesn't want to be open to criticism like how I am. But for me, it doesn't bother me. Like, if you want to talk shit, go ahead. The chat's right there. You can criticize me all you like. I have an unkept beard. I have funny earrings. I have pointy ears. It's fine, right? But some people, they don't like that type of stuff, right? So it's just to be able to give her avenues to find whatever gives her fulfillment. I feel the same way. I live being a square nerd and a trick maximalist. Yo, a maximalist. I've never read that word. A maximalist? Is that a thing? Is the opposite of a minimalist? Hype beast. That's David. What's up, David? What's going on, bro? That's how those people are called. I used to be a brand whore when I was younger. Now it's more important to continue to grow the passive income portfolio. Yeah, I feel like everyone had that like phase when they're younger, right? But it makes sense, right? You know, when you're younger, you're a teenager, you want to look good, you want to impress your friends, or maybe you want to impress girls or something. Like, I feel like we all had that phase. Winning 3K at the casino, then going to spend 400 on Gucci sunglasses, one of the best feelings in life. See, that's another thing too. It's like some people get fulfillment from materialistic possessions, right? You know, that could be like an avenue too. I know I have a friend. He loves like Gucci. Is it Gucci? I think it's Gucci, because he bought a sweater and it was like $500. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like, he bought a $500 sweater? But then when I saw his face, he was like so happy. And for me, I'm like, I'd probably kill myself if I bought a $500 sweater. You know what I mean? I'd be like, what? Like, it doesn't compute in my mind. But, you know, some people, maybe they have a passion for fashion, right? It's just like cars. Like, I don't care about cars whatsoever. I don't care. For cars, do they have winter tires? And does it have four-wheel drive? Like, that's what I'm concerned about. Like, the grip, the traction of the rubber. I don't care about horsepower, how it looks. Like, I don't care. But, you know, some people, they love cars, and, you know, that's what gives them fulfillment. It's interesting how human beings work. Filipino hype beasts are the worst. What? Hold on. What? Filipino hype beasts? Where did Filipino come from? Are you Filipino? I'm Phil am, by the way. Oh, Filipino American. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was like confused. I'm like, all of a sudden, Filipino. Do you speak Tagalog, bro? Let's see. You don't need private school. I'm a product of good public schools and I have done quite well. IMO. Yeah, my kids are going to go to public school. They're going to go to French immersion school. At least I'm going to try. I think there's like the whole school system here thing. It's complicated. I love wearing cheap, no-name stuff. I don't even wear regular tennis shoes. I wear no-name brand Taekwondo shoes. I'm going back to wearing baggy clothes like how I grew up in the 2000s. Yo, the 2000s, back in the day. That's like that hip-hop style. I'm done with the trends. Yeah, I just can't be bothered. I'm just like fashion and all that stuff. I don't know. It's just not me. I have no interest in any of it. It's just not interested at all. Uniqlo is great. Yeah, so that's where I buy all my clothes. I buy all my clothes from Uniqlo. I discovered Uniqlo in Japan. And I remember buying like a bunch of clothes there. I'm like, oh man, this store is amazing. But then there was no Uniqlo in Canada. But then eventually they opened up a couple and I was like super happy. I was like, yeah, I can buy my cheap brandless gray t-shirt. I'm probably going to switch to just wearing black, white, and gray and cut out colored clothes altogether. Yeah, I wear I think I have like a couple green and blue shirts, maybe, but nothing crazy. LOL, what's up, man? Yo, David, I have the Black Panther queued for like months now. It's so hard for me to even just watch one movie nowadays. So like when I tell you guys like remove Netflix, or I've removed Netflix and all this stuff from my life, I'm serious. I'm still like on Black Panther. What is it? Wakanda something? Wakanda Forever? When did it come out? Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We were talking about this last time. Okay, so it came out in, let me see. Release date. November 2022. Okay, so I'm 7 months behind still. I still haven't watched it. One day I'll find the 2 hours and take a break and watch Black Panther. It's embarrassing. Square life, the best life. I don't give what nobody says. It's like, again, just do you, right? Just do whatever makes you happy. Or everyone is different, and if people want to make fun of you, talk smack, criticize you, whatever, man. Maximalist is opposite of minimalist. 100, dude, $500. Imagine $500 for a Gucci sweater. Like, damn, yo. I'd have anxiety like eating ice cream. Like, imagine if you have like a vanilla cone and you got a $500 Gucci sweater on. I'd be like, yo, I can't even eat this ice cream without stressing. The most important thing for me in my car is, do they start? Oh, yo, mister, right there. Hit the nail on the head. Is that the saying? Nail on the head? Yeah, that like same thing. Does the car start? I don't know anything about cars either. Like, I know some guys will talk about, yo, I got, the new Lexus RX 350 and it was sick and all this horsepower and towing capacity. And I'm like, yeah, okay. How much was the finance payment? Like I have nothing to contribute in the conversation. It's so awkward. It's so awkward. Oh, it's so bad. Bro, look it up. It's a whole meme within the Filipino community. Yeah, bilingual. Okay. My brother just had a son. His son is how old is he now? Almost 3 months. He looks 100% Filipino, or at least I think he does. 2,000 baggy clothes is the trend right now. Oh, really? Is it? Is that old school Allen Iverson style coming back in fashion? It's longer than 2 hours. Wow, really? Black Panther, how old is it? How long is it? 3 hours? Black Panther duration. 161 minutes? Oh, dude, it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. Oh my god, it's like 3 hours almost. Oh man. I'm gonna have to like book a block of time out of my schedule just to watch this movie. Oh no. I'm not watching the second Black Panther. It promotes the emasculated black man, but men in general. What's up with that? I have no idea what that's about, but it's interesting. Dog, I can't even finish, let alone watch a new movie either. I bought a ticket to the new Spider-Verse movie and I was like, fuck it, I'm staying home. Movies don't hit the same anymore. When dudes start talking about cars, I'd be like, yeah, I drive an automatic. Yo, that's such a funny response. That's yo, I drive an automatic, bro. I got my Toyota Corolla. It gets I don't even know fuel efficiency. 5 liters to 100 kilometers. How do you say it in America? In America, you go by gallons, right? So you would say you get so many miles per gallon. Is that how you guys talk about fuel efficiency? Because we do it like liters per 100 kilometers. Miles per gallon. I saw a Balenciaga t-shirt with an $890 price tag in Vegas. Like ridiculous because I didn't see diamonds or gold on that shirt. Dude, $900 t-shirt. Oh Why? See, that's in the realm of human beings that are, you better be like a millionaire or something. You know what I mean? Or like some super rich celebrity to, because like for regular people, like what is that? It's crazy because I know some people who are not well off financially or don't have any financial literacy, I guess you could say, just poor with money, and they'll buy, a shirt like that and put it on their credit card and without having the money to pay it off. Like that's what's tough, when people get trapped by that materialistic purchases. Yeah, my students started letting their pants sag, and the girls are on the baggy jeans and crop top look. Oh, wow. Well, that's hilarious. So it is that old school style is coming back. Haven't been to the movies since 2020 pre-COVID. The last movie I saw was Bad Boys 3, and life seemed promising at this time period before we all experienced a shitty year that was 2020. Yeah, well said, bro. Like that whole time period was awful for like everybody. And even if you weren't affected directly by COVID, like during those initial years, you are feeling like the ripple effects now with like the economy, right? The other day speaking of cars, I was at the Subaru dealership the other day because I was looking for I'm looking at the Subaru Ascent, the big SUV. And I'm looking to buy one in 2025. This is how much of a loser I am. So in 2025, I am planning to buy a 2023 model that comes off of a 2-year lease. And so I am looking at the car now because the 2023 model is current. So I want to go check it out because I plan on buying it 2 years from now. That's how much of a loser I am. But it's like, I'm just looking at, all these features or what I need for my family. Of course, base model is what I'm interested in. And then they're like, financing is 8.49%. And I was like, oh my gosh, financing is 8.5%. Yeah, what is that? Is that WhatsApp? Yeah, do you guys hear that WhatsApp notification? Sorry, let me mute that. But yeah, I was like, looking at the interest rate for used cars, like 8.5% for financing to buy a car that's used. Craziness, bro. Crazy. Yep. MPG, minutes per game. Oh, miles per gallon. Minutes per game. Yeah, what am I saying? Yes, miles per gallon in the US. USA all day, fuck the metric system. Yo, America. This is America. It's funny because when I'm in the US, right? And I'll be pumping gas and it'll be like so many dollars per gallon, right? And I'm okay. So I guess the liquid is measured in gallons, but then I go inside like a store and I buy like a drink and it's like, do you want a 36 ounce? I'm like, what? Like 36 ounce? The hell's that? Like for my drink? And I have no clue to measure. Like, is that big? Like, is a 36 ounce drink big? Like, I'm so confused. I just finished pumping gas for money paying per gallon, and I go inside the gas station to buy like a drink, and it's like, you want to buy this per like ounce? And I get, my brain is all messed up, so I can't comprehend what the hell is going on. I'm so confused because like here it's like, say you buy a drink and it's like a 350 milliliters, right, of Coke, and you pay for your gas, it's a liter. 1,000 milliliters is a liter. So it's like the math lines up like super simple. I'm like trying to convert, how do you convert 36 ounces to a gallon? I'm like, how does that work? And then my brain just falls apart and I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. So I just bought some whatever drink, and it was like this huge ass 64 ounce big gulp from 7-Eleven or something. Oh, so funny. That's how you go broke fast, spending money on that expensive shit if you can't afford it. Yeah, bro. 100%. 100%, dude. That's crazy though. Like $900 t-shirt. It's wild. 2020 was okay. I got to stay home and play video games with all my friends that had nothing else to do except playing video games with me, and Trudeau would drop $1,200 in my account. Thank you, Justin. Yo, David is blessed. You got blessed, bro. That's awesome. How did you first become a minimalist? Did you immediately let go of unnecessary material possessions? I'm compulsive. I buy on impulse. I could sell many collector's items, but afraid I'll regret it. Yeah, so how did I start with minimalism? I think it started with my hair. So just before the pandemic, my grandfather passed away. And he was he was a person who really meant a lot to me. My grandfather from my mom's side. I really looked up to him with how hardworking he was, how successful he was, the type of character he had as a man. And he was my last grandparent standing, and he passed away just before the pandemic. And I named my son after him. My grandpa's name was Yoshio. And so my son, Lincoln, his middle name is Yoshio, is to respect to my grandpa. And I remember he told me the story once about our heritage, and that his family is from like he's obviously he's Japanese, right? And his family is from this like samurai lineage. And he told me this horrible story about how like his father, he killed himself by sticking a samurai sword in his stomach, and he had to make no noise because if you scream, you bring disrespect to the family name. And he kind of told me this history of like where him like not growing up with a dad, and him having to leave Japan and go to Vancouver and get kicked out of their house and put in a camp, and they come to Toronto, and all this stuff that he had to deal with, right? And then he told me how he was like part of like samurai lineage. And then I remember I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I was like, wow. So I started Googling all this stuff about like samurais. Like I was just like obsessed. And then when he passed away, it was sad because like he was someone who like meant a lot to me, right? And so my way of like showing him respect was like I was going to like grow out my hair, and because I couldn't think of anything else, because I don't know anything about my family's history, or there was no one I could talk to about like traditions we had. Like there's nothing, right? And so that was like sort of like my weird way of like kind of like showing him respect. And so I grew out my hair like as like a samurai. You know, it sounds gay. You can laugh, that's fine. But it made me learn about sort of this approach to life where I didn't always have to get like the freshest haircut. I didn't have to always go to the barber to look fresh to try to impress people. And that sort of started me on this path towards minimalism. And then I transferred into this idea of a life uniform. And then I was like, you know, I've simplified my hair where I don't go to the barber anymore at all. I don't get a haircut. I don't have to go and pay for a haircut. I just kind of cut it myself or just let it grow. And then maybe I could do something like that with my clothes. And so I got into wearing a minimalistic like t-shirt, and then it became pants. And then it just like kept expanding, and I just kept simplifying everything in my life. And it was because of this one story my grandfather told me. And it meant like so much to me. And it had this like very strange trickle down effect. And that's like kind of how I got into all this sort of simplifying my life idea. I know it sounds kind of lame. It's like a weird story, but it for whatever reason, like it meant a lot to me, right? Because when you lose someone you love, it's they're gone, right? And you miss them, and like you want to do something that would like honor them, right? Or like show respect to them. So like my way was just doing that, and then also like passing his name on to my son, right? So that was like my little thing. But it was cool because it sort of set up all these things in my life where I became less materialistic. I stopped caring so much about my appearance and buying name brand stuff, because I used to buy all types of Nike and And1 basketball gear. Like I was obsessed with anything NBA related. I had like all these jerseys. I had And1 socks. I had all those arm sleeves, those guys like in the NBA wear, headbands. Like I had everything. I used to spend all my money on that type of stuff. I'd be at Foot Locker every Saturday. And it's sort of like where this all came from. So yeah, and and it made me happy too. I was like, man, this is so much easier to just not care. And also because of my age, right? When you get older, you start to care less and less about trying to impress other people with materialistic possessions. When you're younger, like when you're 19, you're dating, or you're trying to make friends in high school or college. Like your appearance is very important to you when you're younger, right? And I totally get that. But it's like later, it's like when it completely changed for me. So yeah, that was how this all started. Let me see, where was I? Bro, okay, let me catch up. See, I gotta learn how to stream better. I can't keep up with you guys. Since COVID's done, haven't gotten to play 5v5 with none of my friends. Shit happens every other day during COVID. Oh, it probably was crazy back then. The metric system is like a foreign language here. Oh, that's funny. Even Derek was playing with me a few times during COVID. Yo, we played, what was that game? It's like Counter-Strike, but it was so hard. I was horrible. I was, what do you call the guy that everyone kills and it gives the other team? A feeder. I was a feeder because I was trash. It was Valorant, right? It was Valorant, I think we were playing. It came so hard. I was like, dude, I can't. I'm the worst. This guy doesn't even play video games. Yeah, bro. Rest in peace, Grandpops. Yeah, he's a cool dude. Cool dude. Yoshio. Google it next time, Derek. Come on now. America is the belly of the beast. It's all good, man. It's all good. This is funny. Is this hilarious? You know what's funny too? When I was getting a car rental at the airport, the girl took my reservation, and she's like, "Oh, what was your name?" And I was like, "Oh, Derek Bearsy." And she's like, "Oh, can you spell it?" I'm like, "Yeah, Derek." And she's like, "Okay, and your last name?" I'm like, Bearzi. And she's like, Bear. I'm like, "Yeah, Bearzi." What? And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, Bear. I'm like, "Yeah," then Zi. And she's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "What is going on?" I'm like, Zi? And she's like, "Oh, the letter Z." I was like, "Yeah." Like, if I say Bearzi, like, I'm spelling out my name, obviously. Okay, so I mispronounce Z as Z. But isn't it easy to understand? I'm just like, it's like as if I guess she never heard the word Z before. And she was just like, gave me this look like I was a complete idiot. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, dude, what is going on? Is it that big of a deal? Z-I or Z-I? So I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. This girl was like not having it. She just refused to budge. She like made me say Z. I'm like, all right. Like whatever you say. What are yours and your wife's ethnicities? Sorry about your grandpa. Thanks, bro. My ethnicity is I am half Japanese, quarter Austrian, and quarter Italian. And my wife is Vietnamese. So our kids are... Oh, no, wait. My wife is... Tina is a quarter Chinese too, I think. Like, I don't even know. Our kids are quarter Japanese, 1/8 Italian, 1/8 Austrian. I don't know. It's like a massive fraction now. Let's just say they're mixed. That's the easiest way. Rip to your grandfather. Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks. Yeah, we all have those people, right? That had like a big impact on our lives. He was one of them. Nah, man, that's a cool tribute to him. Real shit. I do the same, honestly. Yeah, I've adopted a lot of minimalistic fashion from a lot of relatives because I respect how they represent themselves with basic clothing. Yeah, I think it's more common. It's definitely more common as you age, right? You see like those old guys that give zero fucks. I'm sure that comes with age. And One Hoop mixtapes. Yo! I used to love And One Hoop mixtapes. Like, what was that guy? Hot Sauce? With like all the crazy like crossovers. Oh, dude, it was the best. Everyone uses a metric system. Americans need to join the rest of the world. Yo, Mr. B, you're gonna cause some drama here in the chat. It's called Valorant. Dude, do you still play, David? Do you still play Valorant? That game was so hard, dude. It was so hard. I never heard of that ZI shit. Okay, yo, really? That's hilarious. Yeah, because like, so in America, everyone says Z, right? For XYZ. For like the last letter of the alphabet. But in Canada, we also say Z, right? So you can say, like, if you're spelling, I don't know, zebra, Z-E-B-R-A, or you can go Z-E-B-R-A. So it's like both are accepted. And for whatever reason, I guess I usually say Z. Like, how do I, if I'm telling someone, spell B-E-A-R-Z, yeah, I always say Z, B-E-A-R-Z-I. Zebra, Z-E-B-R-A. Yeah, that's how so I always use Z as instead of Z. But like, say if you were telling me a word or pronouncing a word and you said Z, right? If you told me B-E-A-R-Z-I, I wouldn't be like, Z? What's that? Like, do you mean Z? Like, I wouldn't have that reaction. But this girl, her reaction was like so extra, like as if I was like some alien or something. But I guess it's not used at all in the US, that's interesting. That's hilarious. I am American and I have heard of Z as, okay. Okay, let's Google this. Which countries pronounce Z as Z? Z is widely known to be used in British English, but it's also used in almost every English-speaking country. In England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Australia, India, Canada, and New Zealand. Z or Z is pronounced as Z. It is derived from the Greek letter zeta. Okay, so England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Australia, India, Canada, and New Zealand. Okay, so all the like the westernized British countries. Okay, I see. Oh, so that's why, because the US doesn't have the British influence, right? So that's why it's just Z. So the Z comes from the UK. Huh. That's interesting. Never knew that. Wow. So you can blame the Brits. Americans blame the British royal family. You can blame the Brits for Z, for why we say Z. That's funny. Thank you for your honesty and openly sharing your life experience. By sharing your story of your grandfather, he is still contributing to the lives of others. May your grandfather rest in peace. Hey, thanks, Ash. Appreciate it. That's very kind. Yeah, like in life, you have a couple people that really make like a huge impact on you, and it's sort of cool how that works. And yeah, he definitely was one of them. So I think a big part of him was that he was like 92, but still very like independent. He still drove, which was very strange. He had a Kia that and he had to get a driving test every year. Was it every year or 6 months? Was it 6 months or 12 months? But anyways, because of how old he was, he had his driver's license, it would expire in like 6 or 12 months. He would have to like keep having to retake like a driving test to prove that he was still of sound mind or vision to drive an automobile, which was wild. And he was able to do it all the way until the year he passed. Hopefully some of those longevity genetics, hopefully I get some of those, which is kind of interesting because a lot of Japanese people, they have like really good genetics for longevity. So hopefully I get some of that. Hey, Forrest, you're still awake? What time is it? 9. It's like 4 a.m. What time is it for you? 3 a.m. 4 a.m. Can't believe you're up still. Or is it the insomnia kicking in? Because you're like 6 hours ahead of me, right? So it'd be like 3:37 in the morning? Dang. I've been awake for the last 45 minutes, but didn't know you're here. Oh, sorry, Forrest. Dang, 3:37. Yeah, see, this was one thing I thought of you when I changed my stream time. I was like, man, now that I'm going to be streaming at 7 o'clock, that's like 1 in the morning for you. I'm like, damn, that sucks. But it's like but like because of how like my schedule is, I can't do much streams in the afternoon anymore, which is unfortunate because you were number one. You were the original stream number one. Forrest was like the first person there, and you've made it all the way to stream 60. I appreciate you, Forrest. Appreciate you. But man, if I could do more streams, it'd be cool. We'll see though. We'll see what the YouTube channel has in store for us. You know what though? It's been super exciting. Everything's been like gaining so much ground since I want to say March. I think March. Like the channel has really been picking up a lot, and hopefully with that increased traction, there'll be more opportunities, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, oh man, Forrest, you're catching me on the end of the stream. We did what, 2.5 hours almost? I'm about to wrap it up. I don't know why I keep forgetting about this new schedule. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Forrest, sorry. Yeah. Well, there's always the you know what? Watching. Do you guys ever watch a replay of a live stream? Like I leave them public, but I feel like that's not as it's not as fun, right? The fun part of the live stream is like to like send a message like in real time. Like that's the best part, right? No stopping now. Analytics are only going up from here. Yeah, it's exciting, Red. I'm excited. So we'll see. We'll see. There's lots going on. Hope you had a nice Father's Day. Yeah, we had a good Father's Day. Got a nice greeting from my daughter. We had some Tina's brother came over. We had dinner. And I played in the backyard with the kids. I built them this not built them. We bought this swing set that was like used. It was like super cheap. It was like kind of run down. It has like a slide and two swings and like a monkey bar. So I put it in the backyard in the corner underneath a tree. But the wood was kind of old, so I went and bought a bunch of lumber and reinforced the bottom. And so now they have this like swing set to play in the backyard, and just like watching them have fun, it's like the best. I was just sitting on the deck, in the sun, just kind of relaxing, watching them play, and it was a great Father's Day. And I called my dad, wished him a happy Father's Day, let him know that I appreciate him, and yeah, like appreciate the people that you love, right? While they're still here. Like if there's any regrets I have, it's like, I wish I told my grandfather more often, like how much I adored him, right? If there's any regrets I have in my life, I wish I could have done that more often. And so like with my father, whenever I get a chance, to call him, let him know I appreciate him. Same with my mom. I appreciate everything they've done for me. If you have someone in your family that means the world to you, pick up your phone and call them. Call them. Let them hear your voice. Maybe just call them with the intent to listen, right? That's one of the best things you can do. Like don't text or email. Just pick up your phone and call them. Have a conversation. How you doing, Dad? How you doing, Mom? If you're lucky enough to have grandparents alive, do that too. It's a great thing. There's only so much time we have, and I think that's incredibly important. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. That was a good 2.5 hour stream. So you can expect a lot of stuff coming from me. I'm gonna experiment with some reaction videos. I'm gonna try a couple. I recorded one already. It was a lot of fun, so we'll see. Live streams, well, again, next weekend, and we'll see what the future has in store. So let me see. Yeah, that's it. So nothing special. Sorry, no live calls. I do. Forrest, you watch the replays? All right, guys. Red, David, Forrest. Nothing special. Who else was here? Mr. B, Ash, Misanthropy, and everyone else who came to the live stream. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for showing up. This was a great stream. You guys make it so much fun, and I'll catch you in the next one. So have a good night. Bye.